Hello and welcome back to the Energy Connect studio at India Energy Week 2026 in Goa, where I have with me today Jinoos Shariati, First Secretary Trade, and Silvi Kurian, Sector Head Energy at the Department for Business and Trade, British High Commission in India. Thank you both for joining me in the studio today.
Thank you for having us. It's great to be here.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Now, Jinoos, 2025 was a landmark year in the UK-India relationship with the signing of the Free Trade Agreement in July 2025. How do you see this FTA influencing the scale and scope of the relationship going forward?
What a year 2025 was for UK-India relationship. It was a fantastic year. But let me just say that UK-India relationship is already strong. We have a strong bilateral relationship and bilateral trade. Our current bilateral trade stand around £45 billion already, but the signing of FTA in July mark a step forward in this relationship. So it's one of the biggest and most economically valuable trade deal that the UK has done post our exit from the EU. We expect that it will add around £25 billion to our bilateral trade and also around £4.8 billion to UK GDP. In terms of the benefits, it has been great benefit for both UK and Indian companies. We expect around 99% of the tariff would be liberalized for Indian companies exporting to the UK and 90% for UK companies exporting to India. So it brings huge relief for both companies and bring economic value to the companies. It's also kind of like encourages collaboration between UK companies in some of the high growth sectors such as agri-tech, clean energy and advanced manufacturing. So we see great value for both UK and India in these trade deals.
Looking ahead to the next decade, how do you see the UK's industrial strategy and clean power mission reshaping its economy as well as its global competitiveness?
The modern industrial strategy and the clean power is all around building UK resilience and about boosting our competitiveness and boosting our energy security, and is all about removing barriers to trade and encourage investment to the sectors that are very, very important to our economic growth. And by our clean power mission is the major objective is to grow homegrown companies that would add to energy security, and as a result of energy security, we would be less reliant on volatility and price volatility. So, which is something that the companies would look for stability. In terms of our industrial strategy, the industrial strategy is a 10-year plan and looking at 8 prominent and growing sector, which is encouraging investment to these sectors. And it's not just looking at one particular area in the UK, it's across the UK. So it's trying to attract growth and investment across the UK in the sectors that are really important for our economy, such as healthcare, and clean growth is one of the main part of the industrial strategy. Silvi, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jinoos. And specifically talking about the clean energy side of things, it is very much core part, one of the high growth potential sectors. And we see that there are complementarity between the India and UK, especially the sector, and how, there are ways in which we can bring both the nations together and work towards net zero objectives and targets that we have.
So, Silvi, moving over to you, where do you see clean energy fitting into the overall UK-India trade relationship? And what are the top priorities for cooperation in this particular sector?
We all are seeing the boom that India is experiencing in the renewable energy, in the clean energy space. And with that, it requires huge growth in renewables, in low carbon technology solutions, in modernizing grids. I mean, the list is huge and we all are aware of it. On the other hand, UK brings to the table a regulatory ecosystem which is well developed. We have UK has proven expertise in the offshore wind space. So it's about both the nations complementing each other in working together and helping each other achieve those net zero ambitions and goals. And as Jinoos mentioned, the benefits of FTA, which will trickle down to the businesses eventually when it is implemented. Clean energy is very much part of and integrated into the FTA. Within the clean energy sector, once the FTA is implemented, we are expecting green trade to be much more easier. For example, because of the tariff reductions that we are expecting, renewable energy equipment exports to each other's nations would be much more easier. It would streamline a lot of the processes, the barriers, which I think would be very, very useful, not just for the bigger companies, but even for SMEs. And all of this is kind of complementing the India-UK Vision 2035, which we are working together on, and clean energy is a part of it. And within clean energy, some of the focus areas, and we understand what is it that both the nations get together work on. So it is offshore wind, it is about green grid modernization, it is about hydrogen, about enhanced nuclear cooperation. So there are different parts of it all put together and brought together under the clean energy remit. And so both the nations are working together on those, and through our work as well. So we are focusing on these areas.
We see this relationship very much complementary, and we are constantly looking for partnership opportunities for UK and Indian companies around this exciting area.
So, Jinoos, can you tell us a little bit more on the work that the UK is doing to support India in its transition to renewables and give us some successful UK-India collaborations?
It's, as I said, it's all around partnership. And we are supporting UK needs India and India needs UK. So this is all about partnership. So we at the British High Commission and the UK government, both on the ground, we are supporting and working with our Indian partners and Indian colleagues to work together in this area, in this really exciting area, and which I see there is a global huge demand. Is a very, very is an emerging area which we're trying to support. So on the ground as trade, we identify opportunities for UK companies. We are bringing trade missions on both sides, whether it is exciting UK companies who wants to operate in India and Indian companies who like to invest in the UK. As I said, that we are looking for investment, and there are very, very prominent Indian companies that like to invest in the UK, and we are supporting them. So it's very much a two-way a relationship, and we already see the fruit of our work. And today we have a huge pavilion in the India Energy Week, lots of companies around the clean energy which are supporting. Again, they are excited, some of them already in India, and some of them are looking for opportunities, and that's why we are here to support them. Some of the recent success stories to highlight: one is Organico. They are also on our stand. They are looking at setting up an Indian subsidiary to manufacture a climate tech-based technology which actually convert the waste into energy. So that's one of the exciting area. Then we have ThinkClock that is looking has secured some pilot project in Bangalore, and also there is applied computing that are using enabled AI technology to looking at efficiency in ammonia production. So these are some of the example and test cases.
So, Silvi, tell us about the UK Pavilion this year at India Energy Week and all the innovative companies that you and Jinoos were talking about. What is the collective narrative that they bring?
So this is the second time that we have a pavilion. So last year was the first time we participated. We saw value in it. So we are here again with a very innovative set of 13 companies this year, and all exhibiting from the UK Net Zero Pavilion. And that's the focus area for us. What we are trying to showcase is the depth of UK innovation and also companies that are interested to participate in the growing Indian ecosystem as well. So we have companies in the hydrogen space. We have companies offering off-grid renewable energy solutions, which might be very, very relevant for addressing some of the electrification needs or, for remote areas. Then we have companies offering skilling and safety standards, global safety standards, which is again a very dominant theme in today's world of renewable and clean energy growth. Then we have companies like offering, say, big solar and wind project development space, a very interesting long duration energy storage company, then a company in the carbon capture space who opened their global innovation center in Mumbai. So it's a very interesting mix of companies that we have, all testimony. Some have already made inroads into the Indian market, some are exploring it, but all together collectively representing the shared ambition that both our nations have in furthering the net zero targets and addressing some of the biggest hurdles that countries globally might be facing in achieving those net zero ambitions. So that's like a collective narrative of UK-India partnership, and also contributing to the India-UK 2035 vision that we're working towards.
And if I may add, thank you, it shows that the UK has expertise across the clean energy and clean tech value chain. So we are offering across the value chain, yes.
Jinoos and Silvi, thank you so much for your time today. It's been such a pleasure talking to you both.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. That was Jinoos Shariati and Silvi Kurian from the British High Commission in India. Thanks for watching, and you can get more interviews like this, energyconnects.com.